ito yung mga motor. Pinabaklas ko na. Remembrance, ito. Yan. Yan na lang yung natitira eh.
Hindi, sunod yung nasa taas, no?
Okay, so after 2 years since in-swap natin yung Duke 390 natin back in 2023 I think, we're now again back to another Duke 390 or 390 Duke, pero this time second hand natin siyang kinuha just because of necessity. As I have previously shown in the early part of this video, nasunog yung ating Zwart Pillion 401, so wala na tayong big bike kung tatawagin. Kailangan natin ng service going back and forth sa office. My wife suggested na tipong mag-maintain na lang ako ng isang motor, which is a big bike, para at least pwede ko pa siyang gamitin sa expressway. The expenses occurred nung masunog yung dalawa nating motor. Medyo mabigat sa bulsa eh, considering buying another scooter and another big bike. Mabigat. So my wife allowed me to buy another bike on the condition na tipong isa lang ang bibili namin. So I have to choose carefully. Kung scooter ang bibili natin, okay lang din naman, it would be convenient for me, pero nakakapagod kasi mag scooter. If I need to go back to Antipolo from Pampanga, as usual, travel time natin taking the national roads, yung MacArthur, takes about 3 to 4 hours. Nakakapagod, especially if you have to do it on a weekly basis. Nagmumotor lang naman tayo going back and forth para makatipid. Mahal kasi pag laging nakakotse tayo every weekend, so iba pa rin talaga pag nakamotor. So my wife decided, or at least suggested, na tipong I take a big bike na medyo mura-mura, kasya sa budget, pwede ko ipamasok araw-araw, at the same time pwede ko siyang maipasok sa expressway. So we got this relatively low odometer or low mileage bike. Nakuha natin siya sa isang pandemic rider, meaning yung mga nagsimula magmotor lang nung pandemic. So he bought this bike for the sake na tipong may magamit during pandemic. It's only around 8,000 kilometers on the odometer, pero ang caveat noon, this bike has been sitting in his garage for almost 2 years. So tinignan natin dun kasi is yung low odometer. Kaya of all the 390 Dukes that we have looked at, ito yung pinaka ginawa natin priority. Low odometer, supposedly onti lang ang magiging sakit nito being second hand. Hindi natin maiwasan kasi na tipong trouble free ang motor eh. Kahit na low odometer itong motor, the fact na tipong it was unused for 2 years, may mga troubles na rin agad tayong na-inherit from the previous owner. The first one, unang-unang kuha natin dito is naka check engine agad siya. For some reason, the check engine is lighting up, pero hindi natin alam, so we had to bring it to our trusted mechanic for KTMs. Dito lang yun sa Taytay. Good thing, error code known is the throttle position sensor, which is more on this one. Ito yan, ayan. Pretty much same as what we encountered with our 390 Duke before, probably because it was unused for 2 years kaya nagkaganon. But then after that, wala na naman masyado. We just erased, kasi wala naman problema yung bike, it runs smoothly. So what we just did is inspected the throttle right by wire console in here. Wala naman nakitang problema, so we just had to delete the error code, and ever since then di na bumalik yung error code. And the other thing is, since this bike has been unused for almost 2 years, problemado na yung gulong, bitak-bitak na. Although you could drive it around, you could feel the unevenness do sa roundness ng gulong. May flat areas na siya, and also kitang-kita na yung mga bitak-bitak. So it's really unsafe to use it in the expressway. Kailangan na rin talaga natin palitan. So less than a week after getting this bike, unang-unang gastos agad natin, gulong, and ang sakit-sakit sa bulsa. It costed us around 8,000 for the pair. Medyo mura na yun compared sa gulong ng Zwart, which is 9,000, likod pa lang. The usual, dito yan sa Takara Tires, dito lang sa Taytay. So we had a good deal, kasama na yung install, which is okay. we had to replace the front. Ano to? Pirelli Angel CT. Same for the rear one, same specs. At least mas makapal-kapal na siya and rounder yung profile niya as like yung previously na medyo flat. Kaya ang hirap imaneho. Sinusundan niya yung guhit ng kalsada so it's really unsafe. So yun yung isa sa unang bigat na gastos natin nakuha from our bike. Biruin mo yun, bagong-bago, diba? Tapos gastos agad tayo. And our intent was actually to save money. Now actually, wala naman tayo masyadong ginawa dito except for the usual maintenance. Kasi napansin natin, since the previous owner tried to modify this bike into a tourer, nagkabit-kabit siya ng mga accessories, and later on, no, tinanggal niya, some of the bolts are no longer stock. So yun, nagamit natin yung mga stock parts ni Svart 401. We transferred it here, and everything seems to be okay already. So when we got this bike, gastos tayo close to 10k agad pinakamalaki doon is the stock tires, tapos yung iba more on the ano na lang, accessories parts, pero not necessarily aftermarket accessories, but you know, putting everything stock parts back into this bike, parang ganun. So that costed around 10,000. But the main issue na tipong napansin ko dito sa bike, although it runs fine, it runs okay, everything seems to be okay, it's very unlike my previous 390 Duke. Kasi ito, ayaw na ito na traffic. In my old 390 Duke, the temperature don't go past the 4 bars. Kasi hanggang 8 bars yung temperature gauge nito, 8 being overheat already. My previous 390 Duke didn't really get past the 4 bars. The only time it went to the 5 bars mark, and on time na sobrang tirik ang araw, tapos sobrang traffic sa EDSA, halos walang galawan, doon nag 5 bars. Pero it immediately went down nung medyo umandar na. Then take note, hindi naman siya necessarily kailangang mabilis yung andar, basta umandar lang to keep the air flowing, balik agad siya sa 4 bars. This one, every time I go back from Pampanga, syempre pagpasok ko dito from Mindanao exit to the C5, tapos papunta Katipunan and going to Marcos, by the time na tipong umabot ako ng Marcos, mag-overheat na siya. Ngayon ko lang naranasan na tipong yung temperature ko reaches about 6, at most 7 hinto na ako noon, nakakatakot, baka mag-overheat. I had it checked. So ang unang finding is mahina na daw yung buga ng radiator fan. So I had to replace it brand new. So costed me around 6,000, 7,000 nata yun for brand new ones, OEM. And I thought everything was okay. Nilinis na rin yung radiator for anything, just to make sure. Thermostat was checked as well. Everything is working. Still overheat pa rin ako That's the very first time I encountered an overheat with a 390. Remember, I already had the 390 Duke and a Svart Feeling 401, which is practically the same engine, right? And I never encountered any overheat. Hindi naging sakit sa ulo yun. This one, low odo, pero ganon. So I'm not really sure what to check anymore. I had the fans replaced already. The thermostat was confirmed to be working. The radiator was already clean. The only thing na tipong hindi nagagawa is to replace the actual radiator itself, which is yun ang susunod natin gagawin. I'm not sure if I made a wrong decision already buying a second-hand Duke 390 na tipong unused ng 2 years na stock ka nga. Grabe, kala ko nakatipid tayo na mura yung bili natin, napapamura naman tayo sa gastos. We're already nearing almost 20,000 pesos sa gastos dito trying to put this bike in a tip-top shape. 20,000, biruin mo yun. 20,000, hindi madaling hugutin ng 20,000. Ay, Diyos ko. But then, considering those maintenance that we have already did to this bike, nakakakaba siya ngayong gamitin na as a daily bike. So ang original plan natin na to use this bike on a daily basis, going back and forth sa office and on a weekend, pabalik ng Antipolo, seems to be not an ideal situation considering the bike is overheating and a lot of maintenance has to be done to this bike. So, doon tayo sa second option, which is